piece we're going to do is called Monuments, and Nate is going to read the program notes.
A monument is a lasting evidence, reminder, or example of someone or something notable or great. The piece can represent a walk through the national monuments in Washington, D.C., or after the events of September 11, 2001, a walk through Lower Manhattan. The heroic feeling of the piece is a representation of all the heroes who have passed through American history.
Thank you, Nate.
performing tonight. The group in front of you is the Avenel Middle School Honors Choir, and the first piece you heard was Come to the Music by Joseph Martin. This piece is a staple for choirs all around the country and replicates of a dance tune heard during the medieval period.
Our next piece is called In This Ancient House by Ruth Morris Gray. With the lyrics based off of a poem, this piece captures the mystery of ancient Japan using the pentatonic scale, which was often used in Japanese folk tunes. We will be singing each line in English first, followed by the Japanese. Please enjoy In This Ancient House.
piece is something a bit different. The lyrics for our next piece is from Lewis Carroll's poem Jabberwocky, which is a feature in his novel Through the Looking Glass, also known as a sequel to the book Alice in Wonderland, which was made into an animation film by Disney and live-action film in 2016. The poem is called a nonsense poem because some of the words are not actually words, but made-up words by Lewis Carroll. Some words are
Jimbo meaning to make holes like gimlet, mom, which is short for from home, grilling, which is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That is the time when you begin boiling things for dinner.
Wrath, also known as the short green pig. Chortle, combing the words chuckle and snort. Borogrove, which is a thin, shabby-looking bird, its feathers sticking out all around, something like a live mop.
And finally, outgrabe, which is something between bellowing and whistling with a kind of sneeze in the middle. This is, of course, in the past tense, with the present tense word being outgrab. Please enjoy these words and others in our final piece, Jabberwocky.
So the next piece we're going to play is the Washington Post March. Ruben is going to tell us a little bit about that.
The Washington Post March. During the 1880s, several Washington, D.C. newspapers competed vigorously for public favor. One of these, the Washington Post, organized what was known as the Washington Post Amateur Authors Association and sponsored an essay contest for school children. Frank Hatton and Beriah Wilkins, owners of the newspaper, asked Sousa, then leader of the Marine Band, to compose a march for the award ceremony. The ceremony was held on the Smithsonian grounds on June 15, 1889. President Harrison and other dignitaries were among the huge crowd. When the new march was played by Sousa and the Marine Band, it was enthusiastically received, and within days it became exceptionally popular in Washington.
The next piece we'll perform is highlights from Harry Potter. Ethan Stevens is going to tell us a little bit about that.
This arrangement of John Williams' famous music from Harry Potter comes from the first film. Themes like Hedwig's theme, Visit to the Zoo, and Leaving Hogwarts can be heard among others. The music is meant to be listened to while thinking of castles, broomsticks, flying letters, talking paintings, and beautiful landscapes.
I wrote that one.
About the competition, in the Middle Ages, quintus was the Latin term for the fifth church mode. The church mode system at that time consisted of 8 scales formed from the tones of the C major scale, but started and ended on D, E, F, or G. Quintus refers to the interval of a perfect fifth, but the mode of this scale was what today we call the Lydian mode.
Okay, the last piece for the Wildcat Bands is entitled Mars. Dominic is going to tell us about that.
Mars, the Bringer of War, is the first of 7 movements of Holst's suite, The Planets. Originally composed for an orchestra in 1915, this arrangement is an excerpt utilizing the finale section of the movement. The work contains a relentless 5/4 rhythm that suggests the destruction of war.
playing the minuet and Dance of the Blessed Spirits from Orpheus.
So these are the Adrian siblings. Marissa? Matthew. And they're going to be performing something, and they're going to tell you what it is.
It's going to be Still Into by Paramore.
Awesome. Paramore. Thank you. Have at it. We're going to play three pieces. First one is Take 5 by Paul Desmond. next piece is Can't Help Falling in Love. Rashika's going to tell us a bit about that. Thank you.
Can't Help Falling in Love is a famous song by Elvis Presley. Released in 1961, it quickly became a favorite with its sweet and romantic lyrics. This song is about someone who falls in love deeply and can't stop their feelings. Elvis' smooth voice and the gentle melody make it a timeless classic. Many people still enjoy listening to it today, especially at weddings and concerts like this one. So I hope you enjoyed this piece that is played by our amazing jazz band.
So, real quick, just a note about this one. It's not on the program. The kids got this yesterday. So, this was kind of like a secret from them the whole semester. And I said, you know what, let's just see if they could do it. And they sight read the whole thing yesterday. It's pretty wild. And the reason why we picked this piece is because a friend of mine got married, and this was their wedding song. So, Can't Help Falling in Love.
Few things before our last piece today. First off, give it up for the jazz band one more time. Wonderful group. I always wanted to play in a jazz band my entire life, so when Mr. Leidner said, hey, you're in the jazz band now, it was a great honor. Just a couple of special thanks. First off, Mr. Thomas Lucen, our principal, right over here. Wonderful, wonderful, always supporting us. Really appreciate everything. Mrs. Corinne Smith, our vice principal. The faculty at Avenel Middle School for every single email saying, hey, we're going to have rehearsals during the day. Thank you, love you, appreciate you. Secretarial staff at Avenel Middle School, need I say more? Excellent. Everything that we need is always done. You guys can clap too for them. Thank you. The custodial staff at AMS, they help us set up, they help us break down. You can also clap for them, wonderful. And last but not least, everyone out there, parents and guardians, thank you so much for supporting the arts in this wonderful district. Thank you for the constant encouragement, not only to them, but to us. We couldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys, so thank you so much. And now, little Stevie Wonder.